2 Kings 4:2. So I'm going to do the NIV version, okay? So the NIV version says, Elisha replied to her. Now this is a lady, her husband had passed away, and the creditors were coming after her. Y'all know, y'all got the people, you watching your call ID, you don't want to answer the phone, you putting people on block, you know, you got all this stuff going on, right? So we're going from Elisha 4:2, and so this young lady had actually was talking to Elisha, and she said, you know what, my husband passed away, the bill collectors are coming after me. And so Elisha actually says to her, how can I help you? It's the question that he asks, right? Again, she was in the right place, and God sent a prophet to her, right? You don't have to go chasing after people. You don't have to go chasing and looking for this connection and looking for that. You don't have to do that. When you walk in who you are, when you seek ye first the kingdom, everything else shall be added unto you. Hello, Althea. Everything else is going to be added unto you. So all of this myth and all this stuff that the world teaches you, I'm trying to teach you some kingdom strategies, right? What has worked for me. I know business to the highest degree. That's what my doctorate is in, business. But I use that as a knowledge base, but I take all of that back to the kingdom, and I take it back to the Father, and I say, God, what do you want me to do with this, right? So again, Elisha replied, how can I help you? And so it says, tell me, here's the key part. Tell me, what do you have in your house? Your servant has nothing. She said, I have nothing there at all except a small jar of oil. So I'm going to ask you the question, what do you have in your house? What is it that you have been limiting yourself because you looking on the outside for what you need, and God is saying, look on the inside. And even to not even the physical house. It could be your physical house, but I want you to go to the spiritual house. I want you to go to the temple of God and say, God, what gifts, what talents have you given me that I can use to pay my debt, to pay my bills, to build legacy, to take care of the people that you've called me to serve. And so many people, I'm not knocking anyone that seeks after grants and loans and all that other kind of stuff. But I am here to tell you that it's been 10 years for me that God gave me a dream. Here you go, Dr. A. Trust me with it. And I've never had a loan. I've never had a grant. And like I told you on Friday, what God has given me is faith equity. He's given me the faith to stand up against some of the strongest storms that have come my way over a decade, over the past 10 years. What he's given me is intellectual capital. He's given me a mind that gives me strategy. It gives me wisdom. It gives me knowledge. I can learn, and then I can put those things into biblical principles, and I could just the same way we're talking about right now. So as I'm coaching my clients, many of them just says, well, you know, Dr. A, I need this and I need this, and I don't have this and I don't have that. Let me tell y'all something. The reason the flyer that I just did for this, I made that. I was like, Dr. A, you better do it. You better do it, Dr. A, because you know what? I am not a graphic artist. But everything that I needed along the way, God gave me strategy. He gave me the faith. He gave me determination. He gave me discipline. And he said, you will not go to the world to look for it. Everything that you need to bring forth this vision, I have already seeded it inside of you. So what did I do? I found the app called Canva. I got on there and I started playing around with it. And now I've actually gotten pretty good. I don't have to send everything to my graphic artist. You know, late in the midnight hour, God give me a vision and I need to move in it and I need to present it. Guess what I do? I went over there to Canva, started playing around with stuff. Now, my graphic artists look at some of my stuff, say, wow, you're getting pretty good. I didn't know how to do that. I'm trying to tell y'all what was in my house. I didn't have the money to go out and do all this stuff. All I had was a dream that God had gave me. My Excellence Community Magazine, you know why I started? It started because I didn't have the money to go pay for advertising. I couldn't afford it. I could not afford to go pay for advertising in the newspaper. Certainly not in a magazine. And I said, well, God, you've given me this. How am I going to promote? How am I going to tell people what I have? And he said, build it. And one of the things I tell my clients is, if you build it, they will come. If you build it, they will come.